Hey mamas, and welcome to the Entering Motherhood podcast. I'm your host, Sarah Marie Bilger, a wife, mom of two, VBAC mama, and doula. Here we integrate holistic mindfulness and evidence-based practices to support you on your unique motherhood journey. Whether you're trying to conceive, pregnant, newly postpartum, or supporting mamas in this stage of life, you'll feel empowered and informed as you embrace what lies ahead. Join us every episode to learn from professionals, special guests, and moms just like you, ensuring that you know what you need to know and discover things that you didn't know before. I believe in you. Let's doula this and let's navigate the transition of entering motherhood together. Hey mama, this is another episode of the Entering Motherhood podcast. This specifically is a doula talk episode, which if you don't know, we go live on Instagram every Tuesday around 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And by we, I mean me and Katelyn, who is the co-creator of our signature Own Your Birth childbirth education course. And if you haven't heard or checked it out, please go look at that if you are looking for a childbirth education course. It's our signature Own Your Birth self-led online comprehensive course. And it is just packed with all the information that you will need to be able to feel informed and empowered as you navigate this stage of pregnancy and leading into birth and even the postpartum period. So we are so excited about that course, and we have been chatting and having these doula talks to provide you with more information to really own your birth and have information that maybe you didn't know or refresh your memory on things like that. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you ever have any topics that you feel like you would want to add or hear, if you have any questions, then please reach out to us and let us know so that we can include it in these episodes and in these conversations that we are having for you to really feel informed and empowered. So let's get this episode started. Hey everyone! Hi mamas! How are you? I'm super excited to be here again today for our doula talk. And we're going to be talking about setting boundaries, not only in pregnancy, but in birth, and even how it extends beyond all that into our motherhood experience. So I am waiting for Katelyn to come on and join me, and then we will get started. Here joining us. Thank you. If you're watching this after we have gone live, thank you. As always, continue to keep posting questions or topics that you want us to talk about. But like I said before, today we're talking about boundaries and setting those boundaries and what that looks like. So, hi.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's good. We're back at the Children's Museum.
Still without that internet.
Yeah, we have power now though, so that's good.
Very cool. Well, do you want to start us off this week and kind of talk about boundaries in pregnancy and birth?
Yeah, so I don't know. This is just something that is I'm pretty passionate about. And I think because boundaries and advocacy kind of go hand in hand. Sorry, I'm moving around a lot. But I think boundaries are so important because without those clear boundaries, A, you don't know what you want, and B, your provider and doula, they don't really know what to go off of either. So if you're just super wishy-washy and you're like, oh, well, I would like to go, we'll just say unmedicated or something like that. I don't know. That's a poor example, but, hold on a minute, please. But, I'd like to do this or I'd like to do that. But, it's okay. I don't want you to talk to me like that. But if you do, it's okay. Or, just saying, no, this is what I want and this is what I'll tolerate, what I'll accept. And then anything shy of that is just a hard no. And I think those boundaries need to be started as early as, hey, I just found out I'm pregnant and now I'm announcing it, even with family and stuff, because I think one of the biggest things, especially in pregnancy with families is like, oh, let me tell you my traumatic birth story. And not everybody wants to hear that. Like, if you're okay hearing that, that's fine. But, you can say no in a polite way, like, hey, I appreciate you wanting to share your experience with me, but I don't have the space for that. So instead of, filling my mind with negative things, let's try to focus on the positive here.
And like you
Just
said too, I mean, it's really kind of, not only learning and figuring out what those boundaries are, but it is also, following through. Like if you very much know that you don't want to hear negative birth stories and you really want to go into it with a positive experience and, you appreciate them kind of explaining things to you and stuff like that, but you know what you want, then we also have to follow through with that. And we have to say like, hey, this is where I stand. This is what I want to pull into my space. And this is what I want to kind of like fill my, bubble with.
yes.
And really like laying that down because I think it does make a difference and it only continues through into postpartum. So, if you're practicing these things now and you're pregnant, it's going to be so much easier when you have like very difficult conversations sometimes with family or friends or even just people like daycares or somewhere that your child is going. If you are feeding them a specific way, if you are practicing certain like techniques or things and stuff like that of how you want them to be, then it's really important to learn those boundaries, know those boundaries, and then be able to set them and actually like take those steps to implement it. Because a lot of those times, like we have our own opinions and like ways that we want things to go. We don't take that like extra step to really implement it. And it's so important in pregnancy and your birthing experience and then even into postpartum.
Yeah. Well, and I think something with just like to be said about staying consistent with boundaries is then people know what to expect. Like, for example, if we'll just go off of the negative birth story thing, like if your sister-in-law or whoever is trying to tell you her negative birth story every time she sees you and you're like, you just stay consistent. You're like, no, I don't want to hear that. Like, I appreciate you telling me, but no, I don't want to hear that. Then when it comes time to have the baby and she wants to be in the birth room, but you don't want her in there, she'll know, like when you say no, that means no.
Yeah.
Or, and that, I'm not saying all sister-in-laws are like that, but, when you have that person who's constantly trying to push the boundaries and you've set that clear no, then they'll know. They'll get the picture sooner or later. And
it can be somebody in your space. It could be your parents, it could be your siblings, it could be grandparents, it could be a friend, it could be a neighbor. Like if you want to really have, a very specific birth plan and that like your neighbor does not agree with what you're going through, then, really making sure that that's kind of like set and laid down.
Well, and then when you get that practice saying no, it gets a lot easier too. Like when you are so used to saying, no, this is what I want. This is how I want, and you get comfortable expressing yourself in that way, then it just gets so much easier to keep doing it. Like it's so much easier to say, no, don't kiss my baby after they're born. No, don't, whatever. Like, no, don't give my newborn soda on their passy or no, don't, you're used to you're sticking your feet in the mud and you're saying no. Like you're standing firm. That's the word I'm looking for. You're standing firm in what you believe and your convictions. And it's just so much easier to persevere with that.
Yeah.
Once you're
Yeah.
used
And
to
you can also see it as like you're saying to something. Like you might be saying no to them or no to this or no to that, but you're also in doing so like saying yes to what you want. You're saying yes to that option that you chose and you thought about and you researched and you're very passionate about. So like seeing it as like you're saying yes to yourself and you're saying yes to that one thing or multiple things or whatever it is is a lot like easier to kind of comprehend than like, it's not that you're saying no to them or no to this. It's because you're saying yes to something else and you're really kind of blocking out all of those other things that don't align with your yes.
Yes.
And so really, solidifying in what you want for your pregnancy, for your birth, and into motherhood is really going to be helpful. And learning how to be confident in that and then setting those boundaries is
yes, 100%. Yes. And it's like, it's so easy to look at it as like a negative thing of like, oh, well, I'm always saying no to people. I'm always doing this, but you know what's best for you and for your baby. And just standing firm in that. And like you said, it's not necessarily saying no. I mean, you are saying no, but with that no, you're saying yes to your intuition. You're saying yes to what your baby needs, what you need, and to that truly supportive environment that you really need in pregnancy and birth and postpartum. So
And I mean, with all of these conversations that we're having every Tuesday that we're coming on here live, we're really encouraging y'all to, participate and follow along in our conversations. Let us know in the comments, what you're saying yes to, what boundaries you're setting, and, what you see for your pregnancy and birth and motherhood experience. And then ask us other questions and let us know what conversations you want us to have, because we love coming on here. We love interacting with everybody. And we really want to make this something consistent that people can be asking us different questions and tapping into, what doulas do and how we, serve our clients and how we help other mamas. And, we're mamas ourselves. So. We've been there, we've done that, we've helped other people through the process. So we love it and we're very passionate about it. And we're just happy that y'all are here and that we're having these conversations.
Yeah. And even if because I know we both have a pretty high following of other doulas too. So even if you're another doula that's like, hey, I have a hard time with these conversations, we may have a hard time with them too. So there's that. But, ask us those questions too, and we can have conversations on that, because not only is that helping other doulas, but it's also going to help moms as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Or like, what are you seeing your clients struggling with, or what are you seeing your clients setting boundaries with? Yeah, just, jump in the conversation too. You don't have to be necessarily a pregnant mama, because it could help a pregnant mama that's listening to this or reading the comments.
For sure. For sure. Well, I'm so glad to have another Tuesday doula talk.
Yeah, this is so much fun, and we're just going to continue to do it as much as we can, and weather permitting, internet permitting.
No, hopefully we're on the uphill swing now.
Yeah.
But all right, well, we'll talk to you later, Sarah.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, mamas, so much for listening. Remember, you are a rock star. I believe in you. Let's doula this. Let's crank it up a notch and let's kick it into high gear together. Hit that subscribe button, share this episode with a friend, message me, email me, call me, beat me. You know how to reach me. We're doing this, mamas. I am so excited to catch you here next week. This is your one-stop go-to place for helping you find the resources you need to make the best choices for you and your family during pregnancy, birth, and most importantly, postpartum. See you later, mamas.